This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand for the morning of March 23rd, 2023. I'm Wes Mills. A new study conducted by Visit Indy, IUPUI Sports Innovation Institute, and Indianapolis-based market research firm Smari Insight examined what young Hoosiers, classified as Generation Z, think about Indianapolis as a place to live and spend their leisure time. David Pierce, who's director of the IUPUI Sports Innovation Institute, says the industry partners want to understand what the maturing consumer group prioritizes in terms of quality of life.
This was a very clear top four. It was cost of living, housing and rental costs, job opportunities, and safety from crime. So those four things really popped out from a statistical perspective in a variety of different ways. Every way we could analyze it, it was a very clear top four there in terms of those, kind of economics and safety, daily living things are what these Gen Z respondents were prioritizing and thinking about a place to live.
The study also looked at what amenities Gen Zers would like to see in the Circle City. Their top choice was a river walk along the White River through Hamilton and Marion counties.
Asked them about 11 potential new leisure amenities, developments, or experiences that could be added to Indianapolis. And we asked them a couple of questions about each of those, and we were able to kind of put it on a quadrant and interpret the results. So the top three things that Gen Z Indiana residents found attractive that could be added to Indianapolis was the Riverwalk experience along the White River, which there's already initiatives going underway. That was by far, clearly, statistically, the top result. And then the other two things that played well were urban adventure experiences. So you think of climbing structures and zip lining between buildings that some other cities have. That was number two. And then number three was a themed amusement park. So that could mean a lot of different things, but if you kind of picture a Navy Pier type of thing, with the Ferris wheel and different things like that in Chicago.
Study surveyors interviewed 500 Gen Zers. 75% of them lived outside of Marion County. The average age was 22 years old. The oldest Gen Zers were born in 1997, making them about 26 years old. Indianapolis native and former Purdue assistant basketball coach Micah Shrewsbury is apparently headed to South Bend to take over as men's head coach at the University of Notre Dame. Penn State athletic director Patrick Kraft confirmed to a Pennsylvania newspaper that Shrewsbury is leaving and that a search for his replacement has begun. Shrewsbury has been head coach at Penn State for 2 seasons, including a recent run in the NCAA tournament. Shrewsbury succeeds former Notre Dame head coach Mike Brey, who stepped down at the end of the season after 23 years in South Bend. Automaker Stellantis and South Korea-based Samsung SDI have marked a construction milestone for the joint venture's $2.5 billion electric vehicle battery manufacturing plant in Kokomo. Crews raised the first steel beam for the 2.5 million square foot facility, which Stellantis said is on pace to open in the first quarter of 2025. The project is expected to create 1,400 jobs. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
Get ready, Northwest Indiana. We're headed your way. IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the inaugural Engage Northwest Indiana event, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Tuesday, April 25th at Valparaiso University. We'll be diving into regional and statewide initiatives with a focus on talent, education, and issues shaping our economy. More at ibj.com/engage.
The park superintendent in Columbia City has been fired over alleged embezzlement of city funds. Our partners at WPTA TV report Mark Green is no longer employed by the city. Columbia City Mayor Ryan Daniels said Wednesday the move followed an investigation of, quote, suspicious financial activity. The mayor said he and clerk treasurer Rosie Coyle became aware of the suspicious activity in the Parks Department and immediately requested an investigation by the Whitley County Prosecutor's Office and Indiana State Police. Former IU President Michael McRobbie and his wife Lori have gifted $500,000 to IU Health. The money will support behavioral health services at the IU Regional Academic Health Center in Bloomington. The health system is matching the gift. IU Health says the funding will be specifically used to expand and enhance peer counseling and other mental health services for 18 to 34-year-old behavioral health patients. The president and CEO of the Johnson County Community Foundation has notified the board of directors she plans to retire. Gail Richards said she'll continue in her current position for about another year, giving the organization ample opportunity to find her successor. Richards has served in the position since March 2009 and oversees 5 members of the professional staff. I'm Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.